Hello friends, welcome to Issues with Dr. Stan. Today, I want us to look at a very important issue that we all need to know. Have you ever sat down and thought about what the reason for your coming together as husband and wife is? Have you ever reasoned that? Today I want us to reason from that angle and have some concrete points from that area. In as much as I know that there are so many reasons for the coming together of a man and a woman to become husband and wife. Upon those reasons, we have major and we have minor. Even upon that minor, we are going to choose only one. I want to choose only one to discuss about briefly. And maybe as time goes on this channel, we will be picking other ones one after another. Like we know that coming together of a man and a woman to become husband and wife has to do with them making babies together, training their babies, taking care of each other, and so many other things. But today I want to talk about a particular one. I am going to read some passage of the scriptures. I'm going to read 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1 and I think down to chapter verse 3. But before I go into reading that passage, I want to give you a background. I want to lay a foundation so that you will understand why the statement that Paul made in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1, so that you will understand why he made that statement. In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, if you start to read from verse number 15 down to around 20, you will understand that Paul was talking to them, was talking to the people of Corinth about their life of immorality. He was trying to tell them the consequences, the negative effect of sleeping around, committing fornication, and all that and that. He told them that they should know that their body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. Having said that to them, the question arose among them, and they were like, we are human beings, we are not wood or iron, we have blood and water running in our system. What do we now do then? If you say that we should not have one another, we should not fornicate, we should not do this and do that as it relates to immorality, what do we now do? St. Paul now said in chapter 7 verse 1, I want to read. Now regarding the question you ask in your letters, yes, it is good to abstain from sexual relations. But because there is so much sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife, and each woman should have her own husband, and the husband should fulfill his wife's sexual needs, and the wife should fulfill her husband's sexual needs. That is 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse number 1 to number 3. Paul was talking to them specifically on one of the reasons why they should get married, why man should look for a woman to marry, why a woman should accept a man to marry her. He said, because you were not able to, because there were so many immorality in the land, because I know that you are also honey. Once in a while, you will become honey. You will need a woman in your life. You will need a man in your life. instead of you to go out there and be messing yourself up. Therefore, I suggest and ask you people should marry each other, one man to one woman to one man. Why? So that you'll be able to satisfy the sexual need of each other. This is one of the major purposes of coming together of a man and a woman in a marriage. But unfortunately, some of us today do not know that sexual relationship is major reason why we come together as husband and wife. In as much as we know, we have other reasons. But you cannot delete love making between husband and wife from that reason. Paul says that the reason of coming together for husband and wife is for the wife to satisfy the sexual urge of the husband, and is for the husband to satisfy the sexual urge of the wife. In other words, if you are married and you don't do this, you are disobeying the scriptures. And if you are disobeying the scriptures, you are sinning against God. That is the truth about it. You should know that you have a purpose, you have an assignment to fulfill in the life of your wife, to fulfill in the life of your husband. If you cannot fulfill them, you have defeated the major reason why you came into that marriage. To have children is part of the reasons. To take care of your wife and your family they are also part of the reasons. To do other things, cook for your husband, keep the environment neat, they are also part of the reasons. But if you keep to other reasons and remove this one, I am telling you, this one is capable of destroying every other reason you have kept. So the wives should know it is their responsibility to give their husband sexual satisfaction. The husband should know it is your responsibility to give your wife sexual satisfaction, because it is part of the reason why you are in that marriage. To help your husband not to fall into temptation of sexual immorality. To help your wife not to fall into sexual immorality. If you cannot do that, because we understand that some people, after giving birth to them, you can go to hell. Some people, because they have the ability, to do one or two things, you bought a car for your wife, you have done everything for her. No. One of the major reasons why you are in that marriage is to satisfy yourself, is to satisfy each other sexually. Whatever you can do to accomplish this is what is important. In conclusion, I want to tell you that sexual relationship is one of the major reasons why you are in that marriage. It's one of the purposes why you are married to him, why he is married to you. You people ought to satisfy each other sexually. In as much as we have discussed this issue of sex as one of the major issues in marriage, I want to tell you that I will still discuss on other important issues like communication, like understanding, etc. I would like you to drop other comments on issues that relate to the purpose of your coming together in marriage. Just like I used to say, my opinion is not always the final. You can give us your contribution on the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share our page.